welcome to It's Different with RJK. I am Richa Jain Kalra. ये शो डिफरेंट इसलिए है क्योंकि यहाँ पर आपको लीक से हटकर इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरीज सुनने को मिलती हैं सीजन सीईओज एंड सीएक्सओज से जो बताते हैं शेयर करते हैं अपनी सीक्रेट सॉस टू सक्सेस देयर ग्रोथ मंत्रा एंड a lots more that's very inspiring to all who are in the corporate world. आज हमारे साथ हैं मिस्टर अमोल गुप्ता जो कि फिनटेक कंपनी एफआईएस में पीपल्स लीडर टू सीआईओ एंड सीओओ हैं. Thank you so much for taking time out for us, Amol.
Hi, good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending upon the time on which you are watching this. Thank you, Richa, for calling me here today.
Pleasure to have you here, Amol. Amol, आप पीपल्स लीडर हैं. आप जब लोग डिसइंटरेस्टेड होते हैं, अनइंस्पायर्ड होते हैं, किस तरह से उन्हें इंस्पायर और मोटिवेट करते हैं?
I think that's a very important question, Richa, and specifically pandemic ke baad, there are a lot of different things, which have started happening in people's life or employees' life, or unko interested karna is a very important aspect for each and every organization. I think if you have gone through different research, they are saying that almost 80% of the employees are not interested these days, or they're looking out for a change. And the way we try to do it is creating the purpose. And that's a very, very important aspect these days. And we are trying to create the purpose on 3 or 4 different places. The first purpose is definitely towards the organization. What are the kind of things which we are trying to solve for our clients and for our customers, and how can we map it with the employee's purpose? Because that's the first important piece, and without that, we will not be able to survive. So we focus on that. The second purpose which we are trying to create is towards the society. The ESG is becoming a very big aspect for any employee today, and they would like to associate themselves with an organization which is doing different kind of activities for society. And we are also trying big way in that. Our global CEO, has signed a pledge that we would be doing a lot of activities on ESG, on D&I focus. So that whole inclusion piece is becoming a very big aspect, and we are trying to create a purpose around that particular aspect. The third important piece in this is all about the mental wellness, which is there for each and every employee, and we are trying to create a lot of different activities so that employees are also able to participate and understand the importance of mental well-being, and able to help us get into that space. And we have introduced a lot of digital mechanism to ensure that our employees are participating in these 3 different activities. So that's why I said we are trying to have a holistic view around this purpose, which helps us to keep the employees interested in the work and in the organization.
That's a great thing because I speak a lot on purpose also. आप एक इंडिविजुअल पर्पस को कंपनी पर्पस से कैसे मैरी कर पाते हैं? क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग इस बात को लेकर भी डिसइंटरेस्टेड हो जाते हैं अपनी जॉब में, जैसे कि आपने कहा कि 80% लोग अपने काम को एंजॉय नहीं करते, वो सिर्फ एक रूटीन की तरह से निभाते हैं. जो लोग पर्पस ड्रिवन होकर कुछ और करना चाहते हैं पर नौकरी कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
The first important piece for everybody is कि वो करना क्या चाहते हैं. That makes a huge difference. For let's take my own example. My own thinking is that I will continue to do wherever I feel that I'm adding value to the organization and I'm helping the organization to go up, and that gives me the kick, and that's what I keep trying. I'm part of the HR department, but I don't see myself only in HR. I see that I'm one of the employees who's responsible to ensure that this company survives and this company thrives in whatever which we are trying to do. So that gives me the kick. So we try to understand what are the kick which is there for an employee. And one of the important pieces which our CEO says is that this should be the last organization which you should work, but this should not be the last role in which you should work. So we ensure that our employees are moving across, doing different kind of work. uh, you know I have done almost like 6 different roles
Wow.
in different continents while working with FIS for last 13 years. So it all depends that what the employee wants to do and where they can help the organization. And we try to marry these two particular aspects. Our internal job postings are very, very high, and people move from one role to another role. Uh,
Right.
that helps.
So, if you were to give a few tips for sure shot success in the corporate world, what would it be?
So there are a lot of different things which is there. I will talk about the things which has worked for me. So the first is, I always have a 1,000-day plan that what are the things which I want to do right now, and what are the things which I want to do after 1,000 days. And I start preparing myself for that particular role which I'm gunning for. Just to give you an example, that I always knew that I want to do an international assignment. So I started working on my certifications way back in 2009, 2010 for different, for different certifications, and upgrading my education and trying to understand what's happening at a global level, which helped me to get a role in US in 2016, which was an important aspect. Then at later stage, I started thinking that, okay, I need to get into a leadership role in HR. So I started working on coaching, because I believe an HR leader is more about coach to all the other leaders and help them to understand how to run the people agenda. So
Right.
I started working on my coaching piece. So one is that 1,000-day agenda, and prepare yourself, because one of the important pieces which I've seen in missing in a lot of people is that they don't prepare themselves. They feel that because they're doing a good job or great job, they will get the next role. It is always about doing that great work as well as preparing yourself for your next role. That's first of my mantra. The second important piece is that wherever there is a fire, I like to run towards those fire, uh, and dose that fire off and come out successful from that space. So wherever there are challenging activities which is happening, nobody is ready to take, I am one of the person who will say that, okay, I would like to take this activity. That helps you to do different things, able to demonstrate a lot of different things, which helps you to grow in an organization. And finally, everybody is looking out for those kind of competencies which helps the organization to grow. And I think a lot of important piece, which is there, which you would have seen in sports or any other places, is that calmness, which is very, very important, to have that right attitude, calmness, and able to, tell people that what are the kind of things which they are good at, and ensure that they are doing that work. So if you take that combination, that helps you to become a leader much faster. So those are the kind of things which I have tried for my own, which has helped me in success.
अमोल, आमतौर पर ऐसा कहा जाता है कि आपकी हैबिट्स आपको बनाती या बिगाड़ती हैं। 3 हैबिट्स जो आप लिस्ट आउट कर सकते हैं लोगों के लिए, जो ज़रूरी होनी चाहिए हमारी डेली लाइफ में फॉर प्रोफेशनल सक्सेस?
I think I will first start with health, because health is everything. And अगर आपके पास health नहीं होगा तो आप बाकी कुछ नहीं कर सकते. So, doing your physical exercise on a daily basis would be the first important habit which I would talk about. Second habit is also very similar side, which is sleeping, because according to me, if you're not able to sleep, then you would not be able to deliver. And third thing, for me is always keeps your eyes, ear, mind open, so that you can grasp what's happening around you, and how can you convert that into a story, into something which is very, very practical, which can be implemented. So look out for different kind of learnings which can happen. And my favorite line out there is, every moment is a learning moment, which I keep talking with different people. So those are the three things.
So, Amol, since you are a people's leader, what do you value most in your team members, in your employees at FIS?
What I believe is the attitude, because if you have the right attitude and a very positive attitude, you can pick up anything. We are a fintech organization, and we move money for everybody across the globe, from from people to organizations, and this is a industry which is very regulated, because it is moving money. There are a lot of changes which keeps happening in this industry. There are lots of ups and downs, and the technology is moving very, very fast, because there are lots of startups which are coming up. So you need to be ready to make a lot of changes. Earlier, those changes used to be in a decade. Nowadays, I will tell you that every quarter you have to amend, to survive in this industry. So what we look out for is the right attitude, because attitude makes or breaks the person. And if they have the right attitude, they can learn anything, they can thrash out anything, and they can help us to grow much faster in the industry. And that's what we look out for.
So, you've been into fintech for long now. Any tips for success in this particular field?
uh, a couple of things. So first is, follow the money, because that's what will make you successful. You need to understand how the money is moving at different places, and that's what I did when I joined. I started trying to understand how the revenue of the organization is coming, how the money is moving, from where we get the money in this organization. So I always say is that follow the money, because if you start following the money, you will start understanding how the movement of money is happening. And that's what we are looking out, because we move money for the global organizations.
आपने पहले कुछ बहुत अच्छी टिप्स दी हैं, बट इफ आई वर टू आस्क यू व्हाट इज योर सीक्रेट सॉक्स टू सक्सेस, व्हाट विल इट बी?
So for me, again, very similar thing, that the attitude of able to do something different for my organization, keep trying those different things. Uh, I always take risks. Like I said, that if there is a problem, there are a lot of time in the organization, they will they will ask for me to come over and dose off the fire. That's the kind of reputation which I have created. But it comes with a lot of risks, because every time you are going in, you need to know that how to solve that problem. So you get inside those, and then you start thinking that, okay, how to solve that problem. The calmness is a very important aspect. So I'm very calm when I'm doing the job, but you will find me very different when I'm playing any sports. I'm I'm very competitive at that time, try to take out all those things out there. But when I'm working and when I'm working on any problem statement, I try to be absolutely calm, because I believe on only two things. One, the things which I can influence, and the second is the things which I can't influence. And if I'm not able to influence, I don't think about it. I will only focus on the things which I can influence. There is a very good saying which I also use quite often, which you see in Hollywood movies, is that this is above your pay grade. So there are a lot of times when I use that this is above my pay grade. So let me focus on the things which I can do in my pay grade. That's what I try to do, which has absolutely helped me a number of times.
So, some rapid fire questions now, Amol. What do you do when you lose cool?
I go and either do a meditation or I will go and play any sport. Because as I said, when I get into a sport, I become very competitive,
Mhm.
and I take out my frustration sometimes if I'm playing any sport.
One thing that most people don't know about you in public life.
That is very difficult because a lot of friends and we keep talking about different things. But I think one very important thing which happened in my life, which was around 2013 when I went for my 10-day of Vipassana, and I would say this calmness is coming only after I completed that Vipassana session. So I think it is very important to start thinking, start meditating, and start thinking that what you want to do in this world, which I did in those 10 days of Vipassana session, which helped me quite a lot. And I think I became much more calmer after that 10 days of my Vipassana course.
That's quite wonderful to know. What is your go-to formula for getting positivity?
Uh, Positivity is one of my top five Gallup strengths. Uh,
Mhm.
and The problem is that I can't think negative, because as soon as I start think negative, I get good sleep. I go and doze off immediately as soon as I start thinking negative. So that's one of my problem statement. I would say that I can't think negative, and it is one of my top five strengths. So actually speaking, what I normally do is you need to have different kind of people in your team. So uh, because I'm too positive, I normally have a person in my team who helps me to give me critical feedback on the different activities which we are doing, so that I don't miss out on any important aspect. But yes, I can't think negative at all. That's my problem statement actually.
That's a wonderful quality that a lot of people struggle with. How to be positive always. Uh, Next question is favorite book that has inspired you.
So, a couple of years back, I read a book on Netflix, and I thought that the way it has been described and the different activities which Netflix has done, to become such a global organization from a DVD rental organization, and they were the first who started the streaming business, and the kind of success which they have reached, the kind of people practices which they brought in. And I think I more got into that people practices, because I started thinking that, okay, so how somebody can read my mind so clearly, that so many thoughts which was there in my mind, Netflix has already implemented uh, all of them so beautifully. So that's my favorite book for last few years.
And if you were not doing what you're doing, what would you like to do?
I always wanted to become a cricket player. Could not reach to pinnacle. I would say only could do school and college kind of cricket. Never was able to go beyond that. If I get a chance again, I would say that I would like to become a fast bowler. That was my childhood dream. I would like to go and do that.
Oh, that's wonderful. So if you were to travel back in time, आप अपने younger version को क्या advice दे सकते हैं या देना चाहेंगे?
Uh, I think I was too serious in life. So, need to have more fun, from the younger days, I would say. Uh, I think I became too serious too fast. Maybe around 10th or 11th class was the time when I started becoming serious in life, which I felt was too much, and I became too serious. Should have enjoyed my life more, but it's not the end. I think I'm going to enjoy my life. That's what I started doing in last few years. As I said, meditation was one of the important aspects which helped me to do a lot of different things. And now I try to go out, roam around a lot of different things. Like one of the thing which is my favorite is I want to see each and every state in India, and I think I've already done more than 24, 25 states in India.
Oh, wow.
Or I want to see each and every state how they here in US, and I've already done almost like 20 states, in
Wow.
US also. So that's what I'm trying to do. Roam around, look around. You learn so many things when you travel. So that's what I am doing these days.
So travel is a great experience in itself. And one last question, if you were to count one of your mistakes, एक ऐसी गलती जो आप दोबारा दोहराना नहीं चाहेंगे, and which might be useful to people who are with us.
Oh, multiple mistakes which I have done, but the important piece is always work with the team and towards growth of the team. That is what which I have learned from those mistakes. Is never 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 do anything which creates a harm to your own team and to your own people. That's the most important piece, because you are successful only because your team is behind your team is with you, and that's the important mantra for any kind of a success. You would not be able to do the things alone. It is the team which helps you to deliver the things.
I think that is the crux of being a good leader, a great leader. Thank you so much, Amol, for taking time out for us for Achchi Khabar, for It's Different with RJK. Thank you once again for being a part with our show.
Thank you, Richa, for inviting me, and it was really nice speaking to you.
Same here, pleasure is ours. Thank you so much once again. इसी के साथ आज का शो इट्स डिफरेंट विद आरजे के खत्म हो रहा है, लेकिन बहुत कुछ है जो कि आपको पॉजिटिव और इंस्पायर्ड रहने के लिए प्रेरित करेगा हमारे चैनल अच्छी खबर पर। तो यूट्यूब पर हमें सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें और अपना फीडबैक हमें ज़रूर भेजें। अगर आप किसी चेंज मेकर या सीईओ को यहाँ सुनना चाहते हैं तो उसके बारे में भी अपने सजेशंस, अपने सुझाव हमें ज़रूर दें। आप अपनी राय भी हमारे कंटेंट पर ज़रूर शेयर करें, हमारे सोशल हैंडल्स पर हमें शेयर करें। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग। नमस्कार।